Specifically for those that are a part of the Gideon's 300, which is a special group of people that I love and admire. I love a lot of people and admire a lot of people, but these people are the ones that have set aside opportunity to pray for Texas on a regular basis. They are also regular supporters to the ministry of the Texas Apostolic Prayer Network. Let me give you just a little bit of background about the Gideon's 300. It was formed several years ago. It is basically people that are making a commitment of giving a regular amount of offering to the network, at least of $25 a month. And Kay and I cannot tell you how much we appreciate your help. We are so thankful for your dedication and for your faithfulness and for your warfare attitude, because that's what Gideon's 300 is all about. And I just want to, and for those of you that are hearing this and seeing this, because it's going to show up on the Texas Apostolic Prayer Network website, if you would like to join Gideon's, there's places there on the website where you can join with TXAPN, and it'll give you the option to join with Gideon's 300, which again calls for that commitment on a monthly basis. So we really appreciate anybody that will come alongside us in this hour that is specifically important for the state of Texas. And that's what I just want to share for a few minutes here with those that are the Gideon's 300 warriors. We are in that time. The Lord has given me several visions over the years, a repeating vision. I don't want to necessarily say it was an open vision as much as just He causes this image to come into my heart so vividly, even in color and in sound, as He shows an army that is all ready and willing to serve, lined up on a review field. I can see them standing at attention. I can see their guidon flags, the flags that identify each of the different regiments or platoons or divisions. I can hear them flopping and flapping in the wind. I can hear just the air blowing over them. And here on Sunday, I saw something a little bit different, because usually I don't see anyone standing in front of that. I just know that we're standing ready before the Lord. But as you know, we've entered into the new month of Elul on the Hebrew calendar. It is the month which we simply dedicate to the phrase, "The King is in the field." It is also a time for the gathering together of the troops. The tribe that is associated with Elul is the tribe of Gad. And I know that I have probably shared this story before, but let me share it real quickly again. Several years ago at Glory of Zion, one of the special services, someone had put together all of the paintings of the 12 tribes. And that was going to be the gift that you received when you brought your offerings forward for that meeting. And I remember Chuck saying very specifically, now all of these pictures up here are upside down and they're all mixed up. So I don't want you coming up here and turning them over and trying to find the tribe that you want to be. I want you to come up, give your offering, and just take whatever is there on the top. And I believe that the Lord is designating that tribe for you in this season. Well, I remember turning to the person next to me and I'm saying, I would love to be Judah or Issachar, but I've got a strong feeling I'm going to either be Gad or Manasseh, just as though I didn't really give much credit to those tribes. Well, I went up, gave my offering, picked up not only one, but two of those, because Kay was in the other room at the moment, so I picked up one for her as well. Got back to the seat, turned them over, and mine was Gad, and Kay's was Manasseh. Gad is an interesting tribe. It is the month of Elul. The king is in the field. And a lot of times when you see a picture of the tribe of Gad or a painting, you'll see all the tents lined up in their positions. It's a time for gathering the army together before the king, who is the commander-in-chief. And going back to that vision that I've seen many times, that image, I saw the troops all lined up, and the Lion of the tribe of Judah pacing in front of us, roaring over us, blowing over us, releasing his word over us, because now is the time of war. Many times I have spoken over the last 6 years here at Prince of Peace House of Prayer over 2 Chronicles 20, 1 through 21. The Lord has been giving those words to us now for 6 or 7 straight years. The one that was very significant in 2017 was when he is telling Jehoshaphat, and Jehoshaphat is talking to the people of Judah, I want you to gather together, station yourselves, stand firm, see the salvation of your God. And don't be afraid. Don't be dismayed. For the battle is the Lord's, and he is going before us. And even in this 2020, on 2 Chronicles 2020, it finishes with trust in the prophets, and you will succeed, or you will prosper. We are in that season, y'all. We are in that season. This is the time for that. We are standing before the King. We are standing before the Commander-in-Chief. He has mantled us anew for this hour. We are standing at attention, ready for his words to be declared to us. We are looking unto him who is our salvation, Yeshua, the Lord of hosts, the King of kings, the Lord of lords, and it is time to march out as Gideon's army. But this is not just for Gideons. This is for the ecclesia. It is time to march out. In closing, another word that has really come to us in the last few days and weeks is a word where Becca Greenwood was coming to our retreat of our coordinators over the state of Texas, over the network. And as she was driving with her husband, she heard a bugle sound out. It was out loud. She heard it. And then she turned to her husband and said, "Greg, what is this sound that I'm hearing?" And she kind of repeated it to him. He said, "Well, that's Reveille." Well, Reveille is the wake-up call of the army. It is time to gather. It is time to wake up. It is time to move ahead. Well, she came to the retreat and started sharing that, and the Lord just began to really release this sound over us. Well, he is releasing that sound over us. Matter of fact, as I was looking at this storm, Hurricane Laura, that is coming in even this next morning into the Texas coast and Louisiana coast, when I was looking at the cone of it on the map, it looked like a giant shofar or trumpet that was blowing the wind of God. Laura means victory, and I believe that there's a victory shout that God is releasing over the state and over the nation in this hour. And the tracking of that storm is going to follow between Louisiana and Texas. It is going to, as it comes up to the Arkansas, Texas, and Louisiana border, it will start journeying east. It will go across Tennessee. It will go across where the Cane Ridge revival was in Kentucky, and then it will go on to Valley Forge, which has been a prophetic word that has been given to Dutch Sheets over and over this last year, and then ultimately end up in Washington, D.C. You can't make this stuff up. It is time for the church to arise, the ecclesia to rise. The trumpet is sounding. Now, before I leave Hurricane Laura, we obviously are praying strong, passionate prayers that there will not be a tremendous amount of damage or harm that is done to the Louisiana and Texas coast. We don't want that to happen. We are praying for God's protection over the people. But at the same time, we are seeing prophetically that God is indeed blowing a victorious shout of wind across Texas, the prophet state, which will go into Washington, D.C. and shift the nation as it needed to be shifted in this hour. Gideon's 300 and any others that are watching, it's time. The Lord has said that we are like an axe. Interestingly, the trumpet or the bugle, by those who play the trumpet and the bugle, it is called the axe. Well, the axe of Reveille, the axe that is sharpened and is ready to cut away the darkness and go into the atmosphere and release the awakening and the promises of God, it is all ready. Now is the time. Reveille is sounding. Wake up. It is time now to go to war. Again, blessings to all of you. Thank you so much for your service to the great state of Texas and to this nation, and especially to the kingdom of our Most High God. Blessings to you. Shalom.